So I think in our family, my dad is perhaps the most patient, observant, sensitive, and intuitive person. I think I have a heightened sense of intuition for some reason. A lot of people think that that's because I'm a Scorpio, but it's because of my dad. And I would like to think I'm as patient as he is. So every summer, my mom and dad would take us to London for at least a month and a half or two. And there was one specific summer when we were 6 years old that they decided to take us to Disneyland in Paris. And of course, that's any kid's dream. But I remember so distinctly looking at my dad, who's 6 feet and 2 inches, I think, for the first time in my life. And it's still so vivid. Like a complete child on all of those rides with us. It's such a special memory. Disneyland is such a special place. But yeah, we were 6 and I remember it like it was yesterday. The most precious gift, I think, is the ability to have a unique perspective on everything in life, be very understanding, and most importantly, and he's amazing at this, he's just the best problem solver. You can give him any situation in life, and I'm trying to learn that from him. And he will find a solution to every problem. He doesn't want to know what the problem is beyond a point, but he will be there to solve it for you. So we both watched Gone with the Wind recently. The Little Mermaid, because Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and her father, King Triton, have a very unique and beautiful relationship towards the end of the film. And Forrest Gump, my dad's and my absolute all-time favorite. So my dad has always said something that stood out for me through my life, and now more than ever actually. And that is, try and look for the logic in everything. Whether that is in simple everyday things, whether that is in someone else's perspective, in my own thoughts and my own perspective, in religion, in the important things in life. I always try to see the logic in things, because sometimes we can, as human beings, be a little irrational and be a bit funny about things, but seeking logic in everything has really, really helped me in times that have been difficult, in moments of my life that other people have tried to explain to me, certain things that I may not have understood. I've tried to just find the basics, the logic, the understanding, and a different perspective on things. And also to have an open mind. He's always had a very, very open mind, something that I think we can all learn from. So I have always struggled with, in school and in college, always struggled with maths. It's a subject that always freaked me out. I was terrible at it. And every Sunday, my dad would sit with me and my twin sister Pia, and he would try to explain the basics to me. Pia was always very good at in school and in college with most subjects, and I always struggled with maths. So my dad tried to teach me different methods to understand very, very simple things in retrospect, the simplest things in the subject, but the patience and the kindness and the generosity with which he would sit and repeat himself 100 times if he had to, is a very special memory I have, because as you get older, I think you look back on moments that your parents or people close to you have spent with you with immense patience, and patience is something that I've actually really learned from him. But I always go back to those Sundays that I would be mortified of this very simple math equation, and he would sit with me with such kindness and repeat himself over and over again. So that's a very, very strangely special and unique experience I've had with my dad. So in the 80s, I know that my dad was part of the Special Olympics and he coached the swimming team. I'm so proud of him and for everything that he's done in his life, but that's an experience I definitely want to experience with him again if I could. I think that's kind of dichotomous. While so much has gotten easier for parents, I do feel for mums and dads too that, I mean, things are tough and things are easier. It totally depends on the personal experience and communication pattern between children and their parents. I can speak for myself and for my sister, I guess. we had a really easy sort of communication pattern with our mom and dad since we were, infants, because they always allowed for accessibility, availability, the kind of friendship that is for some reason quite rare between parents and their children. I think that is, no matter what year we're talking about, it's 2023, I think in 2050, whenever, I think it's just so much healthier and so much better for parents and children to just have easy and open communication about everything, because that's personally worked for me. And I think that, times are just going to get both easier and tougher as we move on. But if communication can be open with your parent, then there's really nothing like it.